So it looks like none of the major prophecies happened on September the 24th. The major internet rumors, you all. Everything was hyped up. Twitter got a hold of it, and people got a hold of it, you all. I guess that's something people want to talk about. So I think it's really interesting. I really do, when you have things like this happening and people set dates to it. I like to investigate. That's why I say, you all, let's hear what all's coming out. Hello. Good morning, Apple Brooks, honey. Good morning, everybody. I'm up here in my she shed. I'm just trying to straighten up. I got a mess up here. I do, but at least my bed is done, you all. I've been up here working yesterday with this bed right here. I'd got it, and I didn't like the big gaps, so I lowered it. I bought brackets and bolts and lowered it to the floor because I got a big, there's mattress on here. It's so big. It's literally like from here to here. And I thought, no, that ain't, and I'm not going to sit on a high bed, you all. Look how they make, how cheap these are. Look how cheap they do these box springs. This is an old mattress, a used mattress that came with the bed that I got off of Facebook. And I thought, there's no way. It's just cardboard, you all. But the good news is we survived the 24th of September, and none of the major rumors that were circulating around the internet on all types of social media, good afternoon, panned out. If they did, we don't know about it, you all, because I think there'd be another rumor for it. That's right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. So that's what I wanted to come back on here for you all. You didn't have nothing happen, although there is like Canada, the East Coast. Was that what it was? It's like in rumbles. What was it? The name of the hurricane that came through there, the whole like East Coast, and they had to mobilize like the military or something. Yeah, that's right. It is typical. I followed one such sad thing. It was probably 3 weeks ago or something. I kept waiting and waiting. I didn't want to let that date pass, you all. We stayed up till midnight and nothing happened, you all. But that's okay, you know. Where are the sources of these rumor? Wendy, the sky, the sun up there, it will burn you. Most definitely. It burns your skin. Hello, Deborah, honey. It will burn your skin, you all. We made it. You are all over these dates, too. Scorpio, Moon, Pisces. That's right. You know, and we need to keep track, really. We need to keep track of the sources when the dates are said. You know, it's hearsay, and then the hearsay keeps getting repeated, but there's always a main source of these dates. And we need to pinpoint the individual or individual. It's mostly kind of like an individual source. We need to pinpoint the source, and we need to take note. We need to take note, because if this source or sources where these dates and stuff, these things keep coming out of, if this individual source keeps repeating and repeating all these things that don't pan out, we need to take note of it and tune it out. Tune it out, especially if the main source or sources have a habit of doing this month after month after month, month after month. We do. We really do, you all, because they're playing us. That's why we need to bring out, what are we hearing on these dates? You all, we need to bring it out. We do. So that's right, you all. We got it going on. We do. I'm up here in my she shed. That's right, Wendy. It's not nice, because you know what? When you have things that come out like that, really, and people, they want to take you for your word because they look up to you and stuff, and somehow you get this image and the stuff don't pan out, and then you throw out another thing. It's like you're like literally, you're throwing out your fishing line and you're going fishing. and you got different types of bait on the fishing line is what it's like. Casting out that reel into the big sea of life with all the little fishies swimming around and seeing what fishies are going to take the next bait that you throw out. We need to find the sources and we need to hold them accountable. We really do, because it's not right. Because humanity has been deceived way, 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 way too much. Way too much, way too long. Way too long, you all. You do appreciate being hacked and having your system, administration rights, and phone and computers and accounts stolen. The NSO is stealing. Oh, you do not? I thought you said you do. I thought that's kind of satire. Well, I don't blame you one bit. I don't. You all, I do not. But you know what? We do. If you're hearing something, certain dates thrown out, we do need to bring that up. We need to bring up all the dates and all the hearsay that's being circulated so we can pinpoint which sources are false and which sources might have a bit of truth to them, okay? Yeah, it's very common to have a piece of the puzzle that looks like it's going to fit, but when you put it up close, oh, you can't even make it fit. You can't make it fit. You can't even trim off pieces of it and force it in there because there's no way of making it fit. It's so out of place. That's right. False prophets. That's what they call them, you all. You heard some. Amy, honey, that's okay. We want to hear about the October the 4th, Amy, honey. Well, we do know the Pope on the 29th. He wants all the money brought back to the Vatican. That is true. All the money, the gold and stuff from around the world. That's one thing, because you should be able to find verifiable sources, factual sources of what is being said to back it up. Not just more hearsay, not just other social media sites and YouTube channels that are repeating the hearsay, you all. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It is. Deborah, honey, I think he has enough going to look a million times over. You all, that's right. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's true, you all. But that's okay, really. We live in this big world, and sometimes we need we need something like this. You got to have some drama. You do. You really do have something to shake us up. It's like watching a movie. Watching a movie, you all. It really is. I hope they're these extraterrestrial beings. Listen, I had a dream last night. And I woke up this morning with that dream still fresh in my mind. I was here where I live. My grass was green. It had just been cut and stuff like this. And I look out my side yard and I see this massive, massive machine, farming like machine. And it's spraying grass seed all over my yard. And then I see one great big wide strip of dark topsoil laid. And I thought, why is that in my yard? And then time passes in my dream, and I'm talking to my mom and stuff, and I'll see my neighbor's house over there, and my grass is green. And then I look out from the side of my yard, and I look up. I'm going to show you right now. I can do this visual, you all, because this was really interesting. I can do my visual. I'm in my she shed to get this bra strap. Okay, so I look out. I'm over there on the other side of my house. You can't see it, but this side of my yard, right here is where I saw the great big strip of topsoil. First the grass seed came, and then when I looked out the second time, I saw a lot of people, not too many, well, a great big work crew, like several work crews, and the great big machinery thing, it was spraying grass seed all over my yard, all over this whole entire area. They had other machines with people on them. They were laying rows of dark topsoil. And one row of the dark topsoil in my side yard, it had already had all the seeds. The grass was popping up. And they had like 3 smaller things laying the rows of topsoil all near my house, and the great big massive one in the back throwing the grass seed. And you had people out. There were people, they too were walking around, and they were throwing grass seed too outside. And when I looked out there, I held my hand up and said, wait, what are you doing? Stop. I told it to 3 different individuals who were on these machines, because there was like a whole massive crew out there. And so they stopped, and then the person who was on the great big massive machine, you know, laying the grass seed or whatever it was, he got off, and he came to where I was. And I said, why are you laying grass seed? My grass is just cut. And he said, well, this is the house where we're laying it. We're doing it in places. I said, but you're not, are you giving it to any of my neighbors? Are you doing this to their yards? Anybody near me? Are you laying fresh topsoil and throwing grass seed? Well, we got a school over somewhere else. I said, but that's not near me. I said, do you have any places near me where you're throwing your grass seed and putting fresh topsoil? And then he named a house. I don't know where it was. There was no one located near me, but they had their great big machinery out doing fresh layers of topsoil and grass seed. And the grass was already popping out. And the people, I don't know how to explain this, but the people, they looked human. They really did. They looked human. But something in me told me that they're not like of this realm or something like that. They're not of this earth, but yet they were human, if that makes sense. And they were out there, a great big massive crew out here, all in my yard, throwing fresh grass seed, laying fresh layers of topsoil over my freshly cut grass. And then I woke up. That was really strange. It was strange seeing the grass seed had already popped up through the one layer that they had done, you all. So yeah, had a pretty cool dream. I did. I didn't know why the big massive machines were out here doing that when none of my neighbors, nobody nearby, they were doing it to their house at all. They weren't. So yeah, you all, September the 24th, it came and went. It did. It came and went. And we got dates. We got dates that people see on social media where other events take place. And I think it is important to bring them up. We want to hear them because we don't know which ones are going to pan out, especially if it's spreading like wildfire. Yeah, I want to know about it. I want to be in the loop. I do, you all. I do. That's right. A hurricane coming to Florida. You was here in your dream and it was horrible. Yes, that's absolutely right, you all. Oh, Deb, honey, it seemed so real. I was in my dream state. I was visiting another realm in my dream state is what was happening. Yes, Nadine, Canada already had it. They did. The pole ship. Yeah. It could have been. I've had a lot of spiritual dreams. Before I even started this journey, way before that, I was out in my garden in the front. I hadn't even got my garden ready for the season. And that area of my garden, the ground is really hard. And there came these 2 women dressed in really ancient clothing, like their long gowns and stuff. And they were one was holding one mature plant in her hand. The other was holding another mature plant in her hand. And they told me, we want you to plant your garden right here. And I looked at the soil, and it was too hard. And I said, no, this soil is not good for me to plant in. It's not. And they begged me, please plant your garden right here. These need to be planted. And I said, I don't want to. And the one woman walked away. The other woman stood there with the plant in her hand. She said, please plant your garden here. And she was holding the mature plant. I said, okay, I will do it. I will do it. And then I did it. I did it. Here I am, spiritually speaking. I have sowed, I planted a garden. I have sowed, planted mature plants in this spiritual garden that I didn't want to because the ground was hard, and it's a very hard area of life to literally plant in. It is. You are, spiritually speaking. If you're spiritually minded, you know exactly what I mean. This is 4 years, and I have faced many obstacles. I have. The ground has been extremely hard. There's been a lot of weeds that have popped up. I've had to pull them out. I've had to nurture and make sure all of that, you all. I've had to tend to this garden. I have, and I'm still tending to it. This was before this 4 years started, because I love gardening. I love gardening even before this started. So I am going to go. I just wanted to get on here, you all. September the 24th, it came and gone. We heard a lot of things circulating, and we need to make note of where the sources are, who it's coming from, you all, because if they keep throwing out their fishing line with different types of bait on it, trying to get some more people to grab that one the next month, we need to keep track of it. We do. We need to hold them accountable, especially if it harms others. That's right. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in, and hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all. I hope to see you later. I don't know when it's going to be. I got some activities for today. Actually, I got some things I got to do. Love you.